You will be blown away by this free presentation that shows how anyone can get a full head of hair in 4 easy steps. Hurry, this controversial video will soon be removed. If the comb-over isn't for you, if the bald jokes just aren't funny anymore, or if you're tired of wearing caps to hide the baldness, then this is going to be the most important page you will ever read. Hi, Quentin Rogers here, and I'm about to share with you a secret system which has just taken the hair restoration scene by storm, transforming you from bald and insecure to literally having new, healthy, thick hair and getting your mojo back, and how it will happen without popping pills, painful transplants, or any rip-off miracle cures. And as you follow this short yet eye-opening presentation that won't be online for long, you'll see how it doesn't matter how long you've suffered from hair loss, how much hair you've already lost, which treatments you've used and failed at, or even how you're balding at the crown, thinning, or receding all over. Because you're moments away from discovering the proven methods I created that allow anyone, regardless of age, ethnicity, and gender, to turn their bald head of nothing to a head full of new, healthy, thick hair in just 4 simple steps. But let's back up a little, because I know you have one huge question unanswered. Who on earth is Quentin Rogers? Well, it's easy to tell you what I'm not. I'm not a self-confessed genius, a therapeutic medical expert, or a renowned medical doctor. As a matter of fact, I'm quite the opposite. I'm your everyday run-of-the-mill normal kind of guy, and just like you, I had a pretty good life, until things started going horribly wrong. You already know what I'm talking about. The dreaded day you actually realize that you're balding. For me, it was a Sunday morning when I looked into the mirror and I realized I had a receding hairline at age 27. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, a few months later, I started balding at the crown. Talk about a double whammy. My confidence took a major hit, and out of desperation I dug into my savings and I blew it all on meds and drugs, and guess what happened? It cost me $1,000 a month, but the hair loss didn't stop, and they conveniently forgot to mention the side effects, and the fact that your hair will keep falling out at a faster rate when you stop taking them. Naturally, I stopped that and I tried hair transplants instead. 3 painful months later, when I asked why it didn't work, their answer was, "We have a disclaimer that it may not work for everyone." That's $8,999 down the drain right then. But I didn't give up, and I turned to the miracle cures instead. I tried the hair acupuncture method, the magic hairsprays, and the secret comb for hair growth. Obviously, none of them worked, simply because the cures will never work for a real guy like you. They're a waste of money and time, and frankly, I think some of what's in those books is downright dangerous as well. You don't want any part of that. I need to confess, the drugs were making me sick at work, my confidence suffered, and the bald jokes were starting to take its toll, and my high school sweetheart left me. Like a Hollywood movie, my life was in tatters. I had hit rock bottom. And when my job required me to take a posting in a faraway place, in the middle of the jungle, I accepted it with open arms. Because I just wanted to be away from it all, away from human interaction, away from the snide remarks, and away from the hurt and the pain. So there I was in Sarawak, one of the most rural areas in the world, but I eventually started warming up to the locals. They even gave me a nickname, Helang Botak, which they said was a respectable position in their tribe, but actually it meant bald eagle. But I liked it there. The people were friendly and kind, so I did some private projects on my own to help better their standard of living. And one fine day I was summoned to the house of the Penghulu, their leader. But before I go any farther, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a bald native? I don't know why it never occurred to me. Men, women, people of all ages, they all had hair and lots of it. Back to the story. The leader told me that as a gratitude they wanted to help me with my problem. I was skeptical. I mean, what would a bunch of villagers know that millions of dollars of research didn't already know, right? But 2 weeks later, my bald head started a new lease of life. Noticeable hair. I kept thinking to myself, this won't last, don't keep your hopes up. A month passed, and another, and 2 months later, presto, I had a full head of short cropped hair. Let's fast forward 2 years. Now I'm back in the Big Apple with the confidence and hair to take on the world. My friends who used to tease me were now shocked with the new me. They were amazed that the hair was real, and they started telling their friends about my story, and it spread like wildfire. Before I knew it, my phone was ringing off the hook. My inbox was bombarded with thousands of emails, all of them asking me one thing, can you help me get my hair back too? But deep down inside, I was worried. Because the system which worked for me, it was impossible to reproduce, right? I mean, what if I was just a 1 in a million shot that worked? Or what if the ingredients were not readily available? But knowing what they were going through, knowing how they felt, knowing how desperate they were, I knew I had to do something. So I looked closely at the blueprint and translated the herbs they had used. I realized that the secret ingredients which were used weren't such a big secret after all. All of them were common items you could find easily in your local grocery store, which meant anyone could have access to this, use them, and get a whole head full of hair just like me. I took all the material, I put it into a simple guide with step-by-step instructions, and I labeled it with clear instructions, and I called it the Hair Loss Blueprint. This blueprint was emailed to hundreds of people who had contacted me over the years. And 6 months later, the results were in, and it was shocking because the success rate was over 97%. They all eventually had a full head of hair, some even within 4 months. The other 3%, unfortunately, they struck out. But after interviewing them in detail, they all had one common answer: I didn't do those steps. So here's the thing. This is the real deal, not some magical spray or cure. You'll need to put in effort to get back your hair. You'll need to get your butt to the grocer, get the things mentioned, and use them. You'll need to do the massages, do the exercises, and your head will have hair. Just ask Dean. I tried everything, even the quick fixes to get my hair back, to even those promising overnight results. But when I heard about it, I jumped at the chance to try Q-Rod's remedy. Well, did it work? They say a picture says 1,000 words. Here's 2. I'll leave the conclusion up to you. Don't let it fool you. Statistics show that looks do matter. All you need to do is just ask yourself this: would you prefer to have your partner have a full head of hair, or if they were bald? In fact, a recent survey shows that women are 5 times more likely to be attracted to a man if he has hair. Okay, Q-Rod, I get it, but this all sounds expensive. I can certainly see how you'd think that. After all, this is the plan you've been waiting for what seems like an eternity, and it's so much more than just a guide. It's a guided tour into taking your life to a whole new level. There's no tricks, no schemes, and no regrets. Just a real system that, once utilized, allows, even compels, healthy hair to sprout, grow, and stay there, giving you more confidence, increasing your attractiveness, and you'll definitely have a better life all around. How much could that cost? I think we both agree that something that powerful would be priceless. Yet, Hair Loss Blueprint is so affordable, it's really a no-brainer. I'll tell you exactly how much in just a second, but first, let's talk about what it's not going to cost. Sure, transplants cost a minimum of $5,000, and yeah, pills and meds cost at least $1,000 yearly. And let's not take into account the frustration and time wasted when it all equates to roughly about zilch amounts of hair. I know I could tell you that it costs $1,000, and you'd still be curious to know how this will work for you. Well, don't worry, because I wouldn't think of asking you for anything close to $1,000 for my Hair Loss Blueprint course. And you'll get so much more than just a cheap guide of useless mumbo-jumbo. While other programs rely on these schemes, my Hair Loss Blueprint course gets better results. Now imagine this: no more cruel jokes, no more being depressed, and no more feeling sorry for yourself. Because the Hair Loss Blueprint is the real deal truth to grow your thick, full hair, get your mojo back, and carpe diem, seize the day. And here's another great distinction. The other programs have plenty of criteria in it to attempt to work: a certain age group, a specific lifestyle change, often something that you totally are not. But I'm happy to say, the Hair Loss Blueprint program you're about to possess works on absolutely any type of man. And that being the case, you could take a 0 off that $1,000 price, and you'd have to admit that's a great deal, right? We both agree $100 in exchange for a lifetime of healthy, strong hair, newfound confidence, and the ultimate happiness is really a deal and a half. But your Hair Loss Blueprint course won't cost you anything close to that price either. How about this? How about I take 50% off that price? $50 for the last course you'll ever need. How great is that? I see your eyes lighting up right now, and why not? It's less than the cost of one unhappening night out and being the butt of jokes. It's a great deal for sure, but I'll even go one better. Act now and only through this video, and you get the entire Hair Loss Blueprint course for one single payment of just $37. And even though the price is crazy low, you need to know deep down that your investment is safe. That's why your purchase is fully backed by my unprecedented, risk-free 2-month, 60-day guarantee. If you don't find this course to be the best course of its kind on hair restoration and regrowth, then simply ask for a refund anytime in the first 2 months and it's yours. And let me be super clear about this. You could instantly download the package right now and use every last technique and tip. You could get your hair back, get your moves back, get your groove on, and get your life back on track. You could find this system to be wildly effective, and you could still ask for a refund for no reason at all in the first 60 days, and you'll get it with a virtual handshake and a smile. I can make you a promise that bold because I know you'll be elated when you sign up for my Hair Loss Blueprint program. The only program of its kind that doesn't rely on the absurd and impossible. You know what I'm talking about. Those which promise you'll wake up with new hair, those which promise a spray on and you're good to go, and those which promise you will show results in just 2 short days. Those which make you look in the mirror one fine day and say, "What on earth was I thinking?" You'll never be stuck in that position because Hair Loss Blueprint works anytime for anyone. Tall, short, fat, thin, old, young, yes, absolutely anyone. But in order for it to work for you, there's one thing you must do. You must sign up right now by choosing a package below. Don't miss the limited time offer I'm running right now. I'm offering this crazy low price for a very limited time. I'll tell you why. Hair Loss Blueprint is new on the market, and frankly, there's nothing else out there like it. Every other program I've seen involves hazardous surgeries, unsafe pills, or unproven exercise and massage techniques. Not only do I find these methods to be dangerous, unrealistic, and borderline illegal, but they aren't even as effective as Hair Loss Blueprint. Why am I offering my Hair Loss Blueprint at such a low introductory price? Well, I figure if I can make a big splash right out the gate, maybe we can change the game. Maybe we can get enough guys to reject the unnatural and ineffective ways that con artists peddle. Maybe that'll make a big statement. It may never happen, but I need to know that I tried to help. I tried to make it right. I attempted to do my part. So if you come back to this video and the Ultimate Edition of Hair Loss Blueprint is back up to $97, you'll know the special is gone forever. At this moment, it's like you're staring at 2 roads ahead. One road leads you back to the life you're living right now, a bald head, confidence shattered, or just being generally stuck in a sucky situation that you just hate. Then there's that other road, the one that leads you to hair and lots of it, confidence, happiness. Which way you turn truly will affect the rest of your life. So what's it going to be? The bumpy, pothole-filled road to the same old, or the newly paved road to your brand new life? Remember, it doesn't matter how you're balding. It doesn't matter how old you are. Heck, it doesn't matter one bit what your lifestyle is like. Hair Loss Blueprint will make your hair regrow, regenerate, and give you back the life you've always wanted. This isn't just a promise. It's guaranteed in writing. So go ahead and sign up right now. I'll see you on the other side.